Let me know if this series of events sounds familiar. Monday, you wake up, you're excited to trade, the markets are opening, you got your charts, maybe you charted things out over the weekend, you look at some stuff, the markets are opening, and you see a great setup, you take a setup, and you win. You close up shop, peace, I made my money, I'm out for the day. You post up on social media, you hop in your expensive car, you go to the gym, you come home, and you're ready to do it all over again tomorrow. Tuesday comes, same situation, markets are opening, you're looking for trade setups, you take a trade, you lose. Okay, no big deal, wipe it off, you made more yesterday, not a problem. You see another setup, I'm gonna take that, you lose. Tesla, S&P, shit, gold, you lose. 3 trades, 3 losses. Now you've given back all your gains from Monday and more. Some of us can't stop there. We got to go take a 4th and a 5th and a 6th and dare we say even more trades than that. And here's the thing. We've graduated from letting one trade blow us up. We aren't letting one trade specifically blow our accounts, but 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, all those losses add up. And now we put ourselves in a pretty big hole and potentially spiraling down a pit of disaster. I've been there, in fact, even recently to some degree, maybe not as bad as it used to be, but I can still get to that point even after going months and months and months of consistent profitability and saying, I'll never have that problem again. I'll never have that issue. I've graduated from that. I won't let that occur. It can still creep back in. It doesn't mean it has to completely throw you off your game and wipe out your profits in the past month. In my case, that's not something that really has happened to me over the past 16 plus months of tracking my data very specifically and achieving profitability more consistently. Nothing insane, nothing incredible, nothing that is going to blow your socks off, especially from what you might hear on social media, but consistent gains. But if there was a major downfall that I have noticed in myself, and I would imagine a lot of people probably experience similar situations, it's the fact that you will never let one trade blow you up. You have stop losses in place. You have good risk management to a degree from a risk reward on a given trade basis. But when it comes to fighting the market, it's much easier to fight when you're losing versus when you're winning. It's so much easier just to walk away. I don't know if that's exactly what you're experiencing, but I'd imagine that there's someone out there or many people out there who are experiencing something along those lines, and that is the point of this video. So the question is there a solution? There obviously is a solution to this problem and to the question now, but can we break this long-term pattern? How do we break this long-term pattern? What are some of the strategies we can implement and ultimately try to put ourselves in a better position so that we can't blow up by 1,000 cuts in the future? But first, a word from our sponsor, Ironbeam.
Welcome to Ironbeam, the future of futures trading. With our cutting-edge chart trading feature and 300+ indicators, you can now trade directly off the chart anytime, anywhere. Delivering seamless trading across all platforms, the Ironbeam journey is supported by 24-hour trader support, low day trade margins, and no account minimums. Ironbeam brings the future into the present. Join now and augment your trading experience.
Okay, so logically, there are a couple of solutions here. People preach different things, and one of the things that you may have heard, that I have heard many times actually as of late, is take one trade per day. You have a hard rule where you just trade once per day, and that is it. No matter what. No matter if there's a great setup in the afternoon. You trade the morning, you're done, you walk away, close the computers down, it's over. Or you trade the afternoon session, great, boom, boom, you're done, doesn't matter, it's over. Now, this could be adjusted for swing trades. Maybe it's, on average 1 or 2 trades a week or 3 or 4 trades a month. It doesn't really matter. The time frames just can be adjusted depending upon how narrow you're looking, right? 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts versus 1-day charts or 1-week charts. You're going to have a different time frame. And in theory, it makes sense because when you take one trade per day, you are looking at the time that you're, most heavily active, or you tend to trade your strategy more, or it pops up more, and you're like, okay, well, if I can find just one trade and I average it out over the course of, a month, a quarter, a year, that one trade's probably going to be high quality, and I'll have good data at the end of the year to where, okay, I know if I'm profitable or not, or I know if this is working for me or it's not working for me. But the negative to that is the question of, well, what if I get a setup later on? Or what if I get a great setup that meets my criteria that actually maybe even be better than what I got in the morning in the afternoon? How do I determine when I should be trading in the morning versus the afternoon or all these different things? Well, you can track that, but it does become complicated, at least mentally, because you're kind of like, man, what do I do here? Do I break my rule, and then does that lead to me breaking more rules, or do I simply just sit back and do the one per day, even though I might have lost the first trade, and an amazing trade pops up in the afternoon, and it looks so good, I don't take it because I'm respecting my rule, and it does exactly what I thought it was going to do, and I could have made all my money back and more. You're going to experience that. You're going to see that happen a lot. Now, this did spark my idea for the next video. While I was thinking about this idea, I was like, well, I think there's really a solution to all of that in one shot. And it's a lot simpler than you think, but there is some psychology behind that. And so that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. But solution number 2 is a rule that I was commonly taught, and that was the 3 strikes and you're out. Well, if you lose 3 trades, 3-day trades, for example, you're out. Or if you're a swing trader and you lose 3 trades for the month so far, you stop trading for the month and you start over next month, or something along those lines. It could be, again, brought out on different time frames depending on how active you're trading. And again, the theory behind that makes a lot of sense. If you lose 3 in a row, you're off your game, or the market's not aligning with your strategy today, just move on. You're probably better off another time. But do you want to know the honest truth about these rules? And there are other rules and other solutions to this problem. I think that they're really just stupid, and they're holding you back in the big picture. Now, don't get me wrong, they definitely have a time and a place. These are great rules for someone who is starting out and has absolutely no idea what they're doing and is just getting going. Like you're less than a year into trading, even 1 or 2 years into trading, and you haven't really respected rules. These are great rules to follow, to have some sort of baseline, to have some sort of consistency in your strategy if you are lacking that consistency. But there's something called the discretionary component of trading that literally just laughs at these rules. Again, the rules are not necessarily a bad thing, and you should have rules and define your own strategy to a degree. But this so-called discretionary aspect, or sixth sense, is something you shouldn't be afraid to use as you build up more time and experience. But along those lines, it's earned. The discretionary aspect, or that sixth sense, is earned. And don't confuse that with thinking you know what's going to happen next. Don't confuse that with, oh, I've been trading for 16 years. I know what's going to happen next, so I now can do whatever I want to do because I've earned the right, because I've been around long enough to do whatever I want to do and predict where the market's going to go. No, that is definitely not how we should be looking at it. And I would imagine anyone who's been doing things for 16 years does not look at the market that way at all. It's more of a feel based on multiple variables and how they interact or work into your trading strategy. This sixth sense is what allows you to take those 3 losses early in the day, go have lunch, go for a walk, reset, close the computer, pop it back open in the afternoon, and have an alert go off that you were waiting for a couple of days and go, oh, that's a great spot. That's a key level. That aligns with my strategy. This is an A+ setup. I'm going to take that trade. That trade potentially wins. You can go on and make all those gains back, or a good chunk of the losses back from those 3 trades in one shot. This sixth sense allows you to do that, whereas the rule would not. But it's not trading rogue. You're trading within the confines of your system. It meets your criteria, it meets your strategy, but you're not letting rules hold you back from taking that trade. And over the course of weeks, months, and even years, these could definitely add up and be a big needle mover in your overall P&L. To clarify though, you're trading your strategy. You're not doing anything random. You are trading your strategy. You're mentally sound, and you also know it is very possible that this trade could lose. And if it's your 4th trade a day, you're open to the idea that it could lose, and you may lose 4 trades in a row on a given day. But the risk reward makes sense because you know how your strategy works, and you've earned the ability to do that based on your prior data and experience. If you've proven that you could avoid spiraling, you can bring yourself back to reality, ground yourself when you start to lose a couple in a row, and say, I'm still taking the same trades that I know have worked for me in the past. You have the ability to use this sixth sense. It all comes back to data and experience. So if you are new, or you're looking for a potential solution to the problem we talked about at the beginning, try one of the two methods that we talked about just a minute ago out. Try trading once per day and try the 3 strikes and you're out rule. Give it 3 months, give it ample time, give it a lot of trades, not just a couple of trades or a handful of trades. Give it a couple of handfuls of trades. Track your results and then change one variable that you think would be worth tracking. And put your results side by side, following the 1 trade per day rule, following the 3 strikes and you're out rule, following the 2 trades per day rule. Put all this together and see what has the best results in the long term so that you now have a data-driven approach to now attack what you're going to do next. From there, you build the confidence, the mental strength, and the ability to harness that 6th sense when you know exactly how you operate your strategy so that you don't have to worry about spiraling at all. I just encourage you to not let the rules that somebody else came up with that might work for them dictate how you trade. Try it for yourself and allow trading to be the unique experience that realistically is meant to be and has to be in order for the markets to operate the way that they do every single day. Hope that was helpful. Hopefully it was a different way of thinking about things. I'll leave a link to the sponsor below and a place to track all your trades, TradeZella. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.